3,332. Boom week ahead. Treason doesn't pay well in the end. Q. Q drop 3,333 came on the 12th of May at 8:13 p.m. Eyes on Representative Doug Collins, a Republican. Now, Representative Doug Collins, he's been working for Georgia's 9th Congressional District. He's a pastor, attorney, a military chaplain, and he's a ranking member of the Judiciary GOP. And Q is pointing us to his Twitter account, and presumably his last tweet. Now, the eyes on is probably to keep an eye on his Twitter and just follow Representative Doug Collins. Last week, him and Jim Jordan really gave it to Chairman Nadler during the House hearings that they held. Democrats have launched a proxy war smearing the Attorney General when their anger actually lies with the President and the Special Counsel, who found neither conspiracy nor obstruction. Chairman Nadler knows full subpoena compliance requires Attorney General Barr to break the law. Yet, instead of introducing legislation allowing the Attorney General to provide Congress grand jury material, Democrats move to hold him in contempt. They know the Justice Department is working to negotiate even as they pursue contempt charges, making their move today illogical and disingenuous. Democrats have launched a proxy war, smearing the Attorney General when their anger actually lies with the President and the Special Counsel, Robert Mueller, who found neither conspiracy nor obstruction charges. Post 3,334 comes at the 12th of May at 8:26 p.m. Attempts by the Dems, fake news, and those guilty of treason to shape the public narrative prior to by providing falsehoods will fail. Truth to light. No sleep in D.C. Q.
No sleep. No sleep. Ain't seen the light since started this bed since yeah. Get on the mic, my man.
And Q post 3,335 is a boom Time Baker. It's a meme. It's a meme of James Comey, the mother of all booms. And he's saying shit. And he should be. Shit, they got me. I want to remind you once again, James Comey, you have the right to remain silent. There's no reason for you to be going around talking. You should know better.
No sleep. No sleep. Ain't seen the light since started this bed since yeah. Get on the mic, my man.
I love that last segment, by the way. That's fantastic.
Oh, all these people
What's
coming.
up, everybody?
I'm bringing in there a little bit. Yeah, let's just talk about
fantastic.
that. Let's talk about that for a minute. Turn this down. These, some people were asking like, oh my gosh, this person's that, or flipped and freed. I think the Pope had
Traitor
unknown.
/
Like around the Pope, it says unknown, which is at the very
Unknown,
end.
yeah.
And people were questioning in the comments like we should know. And this is just the best. I think with all the paperwork or all the Q drops and all the crumbs and
Yes.
connections, this is based off of that, you guys. It blows my mind. I mean, some say evil. Look at that. And that's
trader,
Oh, yeah.
pawn. I mean, and there's a whole bunch of pages as well. So we know that this. Now this is just what we're trying to gather from. Look at this, Kim. E.
Scott
Isn't that
Pruitt,
crazy?
Bill Benny from the old 30 years with the agencies.
Yeah,
Pence, Patriot. What? Pence is a Patriot? No.
What? Oh my God!
I don't know.
look
Hey,
at
look.
this,
Trader pawn,
it's
trader pawn, trader pawn, trader pawn.
Warren for sure. Look at these guys.
Well, Pocahontas. Look at the
Neutral,
Pope, the
unknown.
Pope.
Marina Abramoff.
Evil.
Evil. She's evil. She's
Unknown,
evil right
neutral,
there.
unknown. Nobody, hey.
But there's not enough information and or
Yeah. Flipped and free.
Right.
Evil.
Right. It's like
We
Miss
don't.
Frankenstein.
We don't make the rules, or we didn't write the.
I mean, look, you can see. Yeah, look at trader pawn.
Now I know some people were saying I was going way too fast, but there was no way I was going to go slow enough to read everything. So
You guys,
This-
when
this
we
is-
get
this has
stuff out
been
to you
linked
guys
under the video.
Yes. This is old information links that is always constantly being updated. And so when we go through stuff or we talk over stuff or we do anything like that, please go back and look at the original sources that we're going over and talking about with the things we've discussed in mind when you go do your own research on these topics that we're showing you now. Now look at this, Julian Assange, neutral, unknown. See what's going on with him.
Snowden, trader, pawn. Snowden again, trader, pawn. Lynch,
Fantastic.
flipped and freed.
Mark Zuckerberg, trader, pawn. Schumer, pawn.
Elon, neutral, unknown. Rothschild, Kushner. See, Kushner had Patriot. John Podesta,
Evil.
evil.
Oh, Flynn, patriot.
Comey, trader, pawn.
Comey. Mm-hmm. Grassley's patriot. Oh, Sessions, patriot. So you see, you guys, I mean, this is what the last one we're going over. Look at it, just has everybody go in there, and it even has the QAnon post to back what they're saying or what they believe their conclusion as being a traitor pawn or whatnot. So there's all kinds of little links within each little person's, I guess, overview to say, hey, if you think this is wrong, look at this is where we got these
So
posts
this is
from.
and this is a good spot here. Let me
Obama's a renegade, huh?
let me show. I'll get this up here. All right, so look, if you're on, and this has been linked since video 1, other than that we changed to this one, about 6 or 7 months ago. Remember, we were talking, it's like, Ben, I found a new QMAP place I'm going to be using for videos. I like the layout, I like the look, and it's got the built-in search, which was just... So over here on the left, all right, we got proofs and memes. So every time, if you look, see, I'm looking for JK. I was looking for JK, which was John Kerry. I'll reset that, and we'll come back to the latest Moab meme. That was the last one. But over here, you got proofs and memes. So this is a section where they'll do all the connecting and some of the proofs and just different memes. Here's players in the game. So as new people come out and do things, they get added. Oh, I don't have you guys' audios on. There you go.
There we go.
There you
So
go.
there you, I mean, look at that. And then, let's just, for example, go to Jesse. Let's go somewhere
Smollett.
else. Let's go to that's a good one. John Solomon or something. 108. Any out of all the Q posts, are there any, what is he involved in? You can click that and it's going to take you to the, it looks like about 4 or 5, 10, 20, who knows? Quite a few here.
There's a whole bunch of them. So these Q posts connecting the dots would show the patriotism of this particular individual involved.
Yeah, like
in
an
this
article,
particular-
because he works for The Hill. So there it is. This is like Hussein from April of this year. And it's like, what's this? And you click it and it's going to be a John Solomon article. There it is. John Solomon, an opinion contributor. Works for The Hill. He's been doing all this deep digging, folks. So we haven't been in some of these in a while, have we? Like global themes.
No, yeah, global themes. Yep. This is also something else to kind of get into as well, because this has some of the things of You know, the bloodlines, the wives, the husband. You know, what is the Scaramucci model? We've heard that before in the Q drops, and
Yeah,
Right.
Scaramucci model. Q says trace the bloodlines of the NWO families to follow to the wives through the husbands of the key players in the game. The New World Order families marry to each other not for love, but to consolidate power and control. Wives and husbands of key players are often benefactors of deals made, donations, promotions, and etc. So you got shills and fake MAGA. These are posts that will go into that direction, guys. Uranium 1, there's 82 Q posts since the beginning. What we're at 33 or 3,400 right now. So
oh yeah. But there's like 82 directly where he's naming players and Uranium One, or the secure drop, or how about, you know, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. You know, old Greencastle, Red Castle,
Red Castle
Greencastle.
to Greencastle.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep.
Whoops. Okay. So yeah, U.S. we got the military tribunals and treason. There's 89 posts going over that. Tarmac 80, Secret Service. I mean, so you guys see it here. I mean, there's everything. Memes, satanic cult.
It's all there.
This is just a way to get to
I
it
mean, these-
quicker, or if you're going into a certain.
And this
So
is
what
why
do you
when
know-
we
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Global.
Well, I was saying this is when we're showing you guys this. This is one of the reasons why we moved over to this particular platform and this particular interface, because it does a lot of the connecting the dots, and it gives a lot of, it consolidates the information to a very quick, highly research ability, which is nice.
Yeah, videos. I've never been in their videos. Oh, all the videos Q's ever.
The he linked, yeah, that all the Q team, yep, has linked. So
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, praying medic, Stropey. Never Patriot Hour. We don't. We haven't been linked. Here's a Patriot. Here's a where we go one, where we go all prayer wall. I haven't been in here in a long time. Just a minute ago. Will Patriots be safe to travel this week? I'm a little nervous. Just a little. If anyone wants to hurry up and get over here and
Yeah,
put in a
it's like
prayer,
this
and we're showing this right now. I'll update it. Let me see. Train your body ASAP.
ASAP. Well, there you
Patriots
go.
be safe to travel this week. I'm a little nervous. To protect all of our digital warriors. Thank you for informing the public of the misdeeds of the NWO. God bless you for all your service. Trump 2020, a loyal deplorable.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I am not a robot or Russian. Not. LOL. Texas American citizen. 101. Where we go one, we
Nice.
go all. Timestamp to 101. So anyway, just a couple of Shadow is slower now. Q leap. All right. Players, global, videos, resignations. So these are still
boy.
being updated.
All the time they'll tell you about what they're doing, what country, their origins. Parkland school principal steps down, what's going on. So this is another good place that we come to, and we haven't been here for a while, but this also shows if you hear a name and, oh, who is that guy, you know, I did something, what's going on, and it'll tell you in this little area,
Executives.
which is pretty cool.
Yep,
This is
yep,
a
Role,
yep.
the country, you know.
Wow. Executive orders.
Which is always an awesome
7th
one that
of
gives the
May.
most up to date.
This is imposing sanctions with respect to iron, steel, aluminum, and copper sectors of Iran. So, human trafficking. These
great.
get arrested and then they're rescued. Sealed cases. So here's all the sealed indictments around the country right now. So we go to, like, you know, California. 16,635
Sealed, unsealed, non-sealed.
What do they pertain to? Well, we don't know. Never. Oh, those can pertain to this or that, but this is staggering amounts around the country.
Really staggering.
So then they'll give you down in list form as well. And we haven't really done this at all because we don't really do like graftings of how many things come out. But this other one right here is the top themes. Like we just talked about the fake news, Mockingbird, and this kind of gives you an idea of what's somewhat
as
most people
as
are
something
searching for.
kind of outplays in the real world events, and then you're gonna come, that's gonna be the hot topic over here.
Yes.
Like if the mass arrests start happening, then people are gonna come in here and want to
And go, ooh, what's a mass
Indictments
arrest? Or look at who's kind of coming up in the news, which this kind of gives you an idea of what's
like Hillary
what's happening.
and Barack,
Obama,
and Rod
Rosenstein's
Mueller,
right underneath.
they're all right there. Huber, he's kind of up in the list now, where Huber was an unknown about 6 months ago. Now he's trending, and they're
Well, remember a long
trembling.
time.
He's trending, and they're trembling.
We were talking about JFK Jr.'s grandma talking about when the mockingbird sings. She was talking about this a long time ago.
Whoa. Yeah, no.
And it's open your eyes and open your ears. Mike and Benjamin do a fantastic job digging this stuff up. I'm telling you.
What were we talking about, Ben? Tariffs. So tariffs kind of.
Yeah.
stock
So
market.
this is a little something. Well, check us out. Well, today we all know that there's been a big hit in the stock market. A lot of speculation is because of China, blah blah blah. Let's just get down to the
tariffs
the
go
heart of the
up,
thing. What's
stocks go
happening?
down. Typically, that's just
Because
nature.
what
It's
happens
simple.
when we're talking about stocks and markets, stocks and bonds, you're talking about the Federal Reserve and the very evil tentacles they control, right? So when
our coffer's been dry for a long time. Zero.
106, how many years? 70 to 100 years, we've had nothing in our treasury coffers.
Now I think that was
And
the
so what
plan.
happens is,
The
of course,
plan of
that's
the-
what they want us to keep us in debt. Because what if, okay, hypothetically, not hypothetically, as the tariffs go up, where does that money come into? It doesn't go back to pay our debt to the Federal Reserve. It goes directly into the treasury coffers. Now, what those treasury coffers are originally designed to do is if you have civic or civil projects for states. We're redoing bridges, we're redoing roads, we're redoing the shipping lanes. This is for infrastructure rebuilding. What that does is that takes away from how much money we have to borrow from the Federal Reserve to pay for these things. We were talking about case in point. We give this last year $53 billion in foreign aid, right? We didn't pull that from our coffers. We had to borrow that from the Federal Reserve in the way of Federal Reserve notes and then turn around and do it. So when the tariffs are raised, what happens is all of these public companies, because stocks are from a publicly traded companies, and they bank on their stocks being at a certain price. That's why when we're talking about the first quarter returns, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, what they're telling you about is the power of how much their stock is worth. And right now, our American Treasury bonds have went up 3.25% in the first quarter. So what's happening is as tariffs rise, the sheer economics will tell you that stocks and bonds stocks will begin to fall. Because what's happening is now these people who rely on like Amazon, Google, they're national companies, or FedEx, these people, if the tariffs in China are starting to rise, do you think the international shipping costs that FedEx will put on you as a consumer a bit higher because now they're having to ship to China at a higher rate? So what's
they're
going to happen
pass
to
that
FedEx?
on or do
They're going
things.
to pass it on to you. So what's going to happen to the FedEx?
That's a good point. And some congressmen broke it down on the whole medical that everyone's screaming for, to have a one system. Have the one system without any choice. So he broke it down to make it real simple for you guys. He was like, imagine FedEx, and we have UPS, and then we have our United States Postal Office, which is government. And we're going to get rid of FedEx and UPS altogether. And now you're just going to have the, U.S. Postal Service, which is a little bit slower than everything else, which is a little bit more regulated because it's the federal version. And that's what everyone's screaming for prescription or how to have our medical here, is to have a one system, no competitive, and you're going to close us into a deal like that, where we've actually had great success with having the choice between at least three of them guys there. We've had some come and go, but think about what you're either the left is kind of screaming for. And that was a pretty good analogy, I guess.
Yes. So, and I mean, this is just all kind of really was happening this last couple of hours. I was listening to obviously some of the mainstream propaganda via the radio, and I do trust them when they give
Careful
out
now.
what the stock market does, because they tell you what the points are, and I can cross-reference from other websites to know, yes, they are telling me the points did drop 500 points. I came back from the store. Now they're drop over 600 points. So what's happening is we're seeing China. This is an economic war, right? Currently, right now, they're not calling it that because you don't want to say the S word, which you know what all it is. It's the people doing this bit and and you don't want to see the W word, which is doing this bit, right? We all know that happens. So what happens when a country says, well, no, and then they have economic sanctions? There's only one other higher form of well, there's only one place you can go from economic sanctions. So we think to ourselves,
Yeah,
is this
no,
something that's brewing
so-
with China?
Yeah, what do you think on that then with well, I guess it's going to take time. We can actually sit here and project, but no, the tariffs are now, you're hearing a lot, tariffs don't work. I mean, why do people say tariffs don't work?
I don't
How
know,
do they
Woodman. What do you think?
Well, I don't know how they can say they don't work. We've actually had a positive flow, so it doesn't work. How do you get a positive flow of or money if you don't have your tariffs aren't working? Hey, they're not working good enough. Well, gee whiz.
Well, if your coffers are zeroed out and you have $2 come in, that's positive income. Now, when you compare it to the 4 trillion they rape out of taxpayers, now it's a drop in the bucket. So that's the system now, is they project this like we rely on trillions. Trump made 50 billion or 5 billion in 17. It was a small number compared to what they're relying on now. So, I mean, I don't, they're not really fabricating that. But the whole idea that people are fighting, like, yeah, tariffs suck, quit charging these other countries and just keep charging us,
It's going to take a little while, but this is a win-win situation. Actually, if you think about the whole picture, Americans are going to get their jobs back, which is really fantastic. Because they're not going to other countries. I mean, he's got it arranged to where if you want to sell stuff here, let's make it, or if you want to, whatever it is.
So
let's
manufacturing,
make it America.
Bringing manufacturing back. I know simply. Under Clinton, even like a hat like you have on, those used to be made all around the country here. You'd look at the tag and be like Kentucky, and they really, they had simple hats, and those all left and went to these companies shut down here, and they're looking like, man, I paid Joe over there $13.50 an hour. He's been here for a while. He's got great health insurance. I didn't move this down to Mexico and no insurance. They'll work for way cheaper down there, and my overall profit goes through the roof.
Right.
But they wanted to bring them hats right back here to Walmart and sell them on the shelf.
Well, it's funny because we bring up the New World Order, and you think about what has been happening for the last 30, 40 years to our country. Manufacturing and producing and agriculture has shut down to almost a slow roll. So we know now from what our president's doing in the way of tariffs that all of that was controlled systematic depression of our government to make our economy slowly more shriveled and more reliant on the Federal Reserve and the world powers that be.
Yeah, diluted.
And so when they started giving, diluted for sure. So when Obama gave that speech, was like, what, does Trump have a magic wand? What he was referring to was, is this man going to actually stop what the New World Order's been trying to do, which is basically deplete all of the production? Because what does a sovereign country mean? That means you produce your own energy, you have your own water source, you have your own roadways, fuel. You are a completely sealed, self-contained, self-sustaining, and now for the first time in 50, 60 years, we're actually exporting energy and food. Like it used to be, our only main export was paper goods, and where did that go to? China, and they took our paper, which is big reams of brown paper, turned it into packaging, put their electronics, and sent it back to America. It's been a huge diluted lying and deception for the American people. So that's when I hear Trump, when Mike and I and Woodman here, we're hearing tariffs, and we're like, oh my gosh, because if we start taking loans from DC, District of Columbia, I understand that, which is much better than taking loans from the Federal Reserve, who are not federal, nor do they have reserves, and they're all under the auspices of criminals other than the Constitution.
Yes.
You sure are. Yeah, they don't want to lose that. That's why they're doing this.
Well,
The big thing about the tariffs are going like, oh, it's not working. Well, bullcrap. We've actually got a positive flow now, and they don't like that. They're losing control a little bit at a time.
yeah, every dollar is a dollar they don't have. So, or we have to borrow.
Hey, a drug
That's
dealer doesn't
huge,
want you to go to
folks.
a
That's
different
huge.
supplier now. He wants you to stay at his or hers flow of drugs. They don't want you to go around. And so when we have the treasury full, we don't need to borrow as much money from the Federal Reserve. We have our own funds to function off of. Like, we're kind of getting back to what it used to be, right? And so they don't like that. They want to keep us at zero, hurting and needing, suckling from the Federal Reserve and the milk they give us every day. And if not, we all die.
Yeah. They want us on that boob forever. They never want us to wean off.
Well,
hey, exactly.
that's like saying.
Oh, sorry, Woodman. I cut you off. Say it again, Woodman.
Sanders trying to, in these colleges, talking about, trying to really make it sweet pie for the one world order. I mean, he's pushing this thing about free college, free medical, free this, free that. Well, where's that money coming from? They don't tell you that. They're just trying to make all of it look real sweet, and they're doing it in colleges. So, what do you call them, millennials? They're just like, they're hearing this. So maybe only 50 or 60% go with it. That's somebody's being turned. Now, what gives Sanders the right to do that kind of stuff? You know what I mean? And then he's going to run for president. Look where he's going to roll us into. Gee whiz, I don't want to give up ship.
Didn't our go ahead?
He wants to make everybody like dependent, on this. Once it gets turned over, they say all these things are free, but it comes somewhere. You lose all your freedom. They like farmers. They would tell people, you can only grow this or you can only grow that, and any kind of production thing they do, they get the money. We don't get the money. We get paid like peanuts. It's like normal. We're going to be, the rich are going to be in charge of all this crap. It's going to be like the top 1% anyway. They're going to be rich, and the rest of them are going to be, really poor, dependent on this system. It's terrible. We can't have this. We cannot have this.
Bing, bing, boom, boom. Welcome back, Q. You were missed. I'll just read a few from the first because he was gone, right?
Yep. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, what was that? We are the gatekeepers of all. By all, we mean all information. Ooh.
That's a good one right there. Bring it.
Save it.
Oh, yeah. Little piece of treasure for later, people.
Little treasure you might see. It's a nice one.
That's a good one as
Bring
well.
it, Q. We
That's a
behind
nice
you
one.
110%. Let me grab that one real quick, too. Let me grab that one real fast.
Look at them proud. Look at them sailors.
Now,
They know
remember,
what's up.
folks, if you were here for the last time that we saw the all brown seeing eye,
That there was a special episode. That was our shock and awe episode.
and I remember Woodman asking where we exactly saw that because he wanted to kind of go investigate a little more.
Boy,
All righty.
He said he wanted to explore Uranus and
Slow down,
No,
Michael
rocket.
J.
all right.
Yeah. Oh man.
I want to do a little more investigating. He wanted to connect some dots.
Yahoo.
Dark side of the beast.
Oh, I'll never forget that. It was so traumatic. I think I got PTSD from that episode.
Yes, I had to seek counseling for a month. Automatic Sky put chocolate starfish. All
Oh my
seen brown
God,
eye.
yes.
People are laughing.
Oh my
They
God.
remember.
They remember. They got just as shocked and awed as we
Yes,
did. You
they
can't
were.
wash your brain out of that.
Stop
I need to
acting like
wash
we
my
can't see the
brain.
evidence. You being a kind, you being ornaments carry a public display.
That's terrible.
Woodman
very
at the rings of Uranus.
Oh,
Phil
oh,
Arnold's
God.
channeling it. Oh, that's so hilarious. You're awesome. John Anon. Hey, walk the talk. Cooper Kid
Dark to light,
grilling,
reconcile.
loving. Yeah, you guys are awesome in the chat. By the way, all of our mods are super freaking just holding it down for sure. So yes,
Make it ugly.
that's a good little one right there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got that same stuff. I looked at that flag with you, Woodman. Remember?
Yep, sure did.
Somebody got that.
Iron Witch 1811. I agree with you 100%.
No sleep till justice. Let's see if these traders can function as little sleep as POTUS needs. Q and some high.
They sure are struggling.
When you don't
Yeah,
get to
no,
go to
it's
Gitmo,
so
but you can still hang with your friends.
I like that one. That's a keeper, folks. That's a keeper. That's going in the
feel
old
it.
keeper vault. You saw it. You saw it.
Some of these are
Only,
fantastic, man.
only in
Fantastic.
Gitmo. Speaking in code, how to threaten an assassination, James Comey. Speaking in coup, a call to arms, all rise. Did
Man,
we ever get to see Obama's school records, his social security records, his selective service records, or his tax returns? This goes out to Mr. Nadler and the rest of the Democrats. Would love to see these.
How about that birth certificate, the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
original, please.
It's probably put on a rock. Chiseled in a rock. He wasn't born here.
Uncle Sam says the storm is upon us. Light them up. You're witnessing the greatest disinformation campaign ever to be pushed by a political party. Ask yourself, why? I was beginning to wonder if you were a figment of my imagination.
This is really, really big.
Declass
Really,
these
really
bitches
big.
back to the Stone Age.
There you
Shit
go.
don't just happen. Shit takes time.
Yes. That is
Yeah, man.
so true.
Fellow patriots, what
fun.
you're about to learning should not only scare you, but intensify your resolve to take back control, freedom. The information that will become public will further demonstrate the criminal and corrupt, pure evil abuse of power that Hussein administration undertook and joint efforts with domestic and foreign enemies. That's a big one. Q did not
It
say.
takes time. It don't just happen. Come on now.
Yep.
Shit takes time. All right, so
Well, Collins
Mark
had fun the other day.
for everything that is hidden will eventually be brought into the open, and every secret will be brought to the light. This is the start of how it all ends. They used to shout my name, now they whisper it. I'm speeding up, and this is red, orange, yellow flicker beat, sparking my heart. What? We are beyond ready. It has to be so plain and simple for the American public. There will be no way to doubt it. Thank Q and your team.
Yeah, we've said that a few times where when it does come out, this D class, it's going to be huge. And if you still stand with these people, it's going to be pure. Sorry about that craziness. You know what I'm saying?
Sure is. It's big.
Saber-toothed cat bird song. I agree. Carrie just crapped his
See that?
pants.
Guilty of treason to all those who shaped and are still shaping the narrative prior to. Holy cow, that definitely includes a bunch in the mass media.
A bunch.
Yeah.
98.
Oh,
98%.
Didn't he all say that within what President Trump said within 8 to 10 years that there's going to be no more CNN, they're going to be all out of business, no more news, or something like that. One of his speeches or one of his little rallies.
Yeah. Pain.
Oh yeah. No, this is awesome stuff, you guys. Nice. So we're kind of going through some of these little things. You always find, hey, we got some good 3 good treasures out of this little 4 now. Okay. 5. We're getting it stacked up.
Let's go to...
And you see, this is only just one post. You start going to some of these things and doing a deep dive and start getting into some of these other anons who are
we make
posting
memes,
around it.
we share memes, we grab them like I'm doing now. But
I mean, yeah, we're showing you guys this is a community of you guys, us. I mean, it's everybody's getting out there figuring this stuff out, and we don't all like, am I the only one who thinks this way? Oh no. Yeah, a big, huge army of people. Ooh, that was good.
They're still going to try and cram some of that fake crap out there to sidetrack us. So, it's best to do it this way.
You got to go to jail. You got to go to jail.
Yeah.
How were the 10 days of darkness, sir? Was it 10 days of darkness? Hot damn. Where's our 911 justice? Nice. Why was Hillary Obamasaurus still free? It's happening.
Love the lasers.
It's a laser show. It's a laser show.
That it is.
I'm capturing everything for historical value, folks.
Just making sure we don't skip nothing.
I'm so effed out in the woods. I love it.
Yeah.
Let me get back to that. I'm so fine. That's why he's going on long nature walks. Why are you going out in the woods? Because I'll never see the woods again, honey. I just want to go.
Never. Don't you understand? I'll never smell that smell of nature.
They
I'm going to
made
different
me.
smells. The all-seeing brown eye smells what he's looking for.
Shills have become emboldened to the point that they're starting to expose their identities also fake. That's what I'm seeing. Them just... God will destroy the... Gold will destroy the Fed. Yes.
Yeah, it will.
Sure will.
Nice get.
With the help of God, of course.
C before D, the booms posts are really getting out. The path to justice. Ooh. So Comey
that
is
is. That's right, because C does become before D, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We have a little way to see when this comes out. All right, not too far behind it.
But that night shift. Hey Q, we miss you. So glad you're back. Don't stay gone. The sleaze on top. A little bit howdy doody.
Comey going down.
Howdy doody.
There he is.
Comey doody.
See, you guys get to be a part of this little awesome sketch of us getting all kinds of good stuff.
Giant size popcorn beach blankie.
That looks nice.
Oh,
Popcorn ready.
I love the smell of death blossom in the morning. Fear beer. Free beer tomorrow. Oh, little hottie doody.
Oh, wow, look at that. Yep.
Another another one out there. I'm telling you. Well, when we go in
This
there,
is
you know
Frank.
you're coming in for something. You're probably gonna hit it again.
No, those were out there. Oh, bombshell, James Comey. Panic. Do it, Q. So incoming. Traders. Q, when I went to Rep Doug Collins, it showed I had blocked him. I didn't even know who he was or rarely got blocked. So, Twitter shenanigan. Pain, perp walk soon.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly
Whoa.
Orr drives a Subaru. She used ham communication.
She definitely looks like a Subaru driver.
What is sedition? Somebody has. Rip the Band-Aid off. Good to see you, boss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting when we're going through these things and we're seeing different little meme stuff and what people are putting together.
You see that one?
Yeah, pull my finger.
All right. Let me see here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was great. We got a bunch
We got
of
about 10
stuff
minutes.
for.
We can keep going here. Another 5. We'll close her down. Take some questions. We're going to talk about a call-in. Let's take a minute here to talk about what we were talking about, Ben. We're going to definitely be trying to get a phone here in the next week or two.
So,
all right, probably a week. I mean, write this
yes.
down.
We're
Get phone. Figure out.
the team and I we're banging our heads together, and we're going to be getting a little bit easier phone call in for the Patriot Hour going on.
We are going to do it once a week. Straight call in the whole time. We're going to probably talk for the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll go for straight hour and a half of call-ins from you guys. All right.
We'll be getting an actual phone number. It won't be a vMix code you put in your browser. We won't be going like that. We've found there's been too many connection issues.
It takes a heavy,
getting through
redundant,
clarity.
a little bit more than
robust,
what you guys
you
are
know.
used to with just a phone. If you're like out and about when you're driving down the road and listening into a live show, or if you're at home sitting there. But even to take your little phone and get into the vMix, it takes a little bit of a heavy. You need a good, almost a Wi-Fi, not a cell phone.
And so having the cell, just a traditional cell, is the phone number is going to make it a lot easier for you guys, a lot easier for us, and we can really get a good clarity of sound coming through both ends. And we really want to start hammering through a lot of questions you guys have. We want what Mike and I were saying. We would love to have prior federal employees, prior military. We're all veterans here, so of course we love that kind of stuff. If you're active duty soldier and you can talk about certain things that are of public record, and you have an opinion on that, and you can do that without marring the country. You know how it goes. I mean, we want people who have fields of expertise to have their opinions. And we even talked about we want some naysayers, not so much people who are going to do personally naysay us on our our personality, how we look and things like that, but real solid. We want conversation for you guys, and you can tell that when we've tried this before, we've had great feedback from you guys, and it's like this is something that we're really going to be working on pretty hard. And so the team's on it, and we're going to be here real soon. Within the next couple of weeks, we're hoping to launch our full-time, all the time phone number to where at any point in time when Mike in studio, so we want to do a call in, it's a matter of a push of a button, boom, numbers, lines are hot. You guys can call in immediately. It can maybe a part of maybe the show, how we do stuff around here. So pretty exciting stuff.
I'm stoked to do it. We'll keep it simple. We're gonna we'll bring up maybe a little topic we were talking about just to get it started, but if it progresses off that or leads to other things, but we'll try to keep it on topic most of the time. So we'll provide at least an area to start with, and that's what the call can be about, or that's our idea anyway, I guess. So new Q post, nothing new. Retry.
And like I said, always doing the in the PO box, sending stuff is always super awesome. There's a lot of you guys. I know Mike was reading me some of the emails of some of you guys wanting to give stuff like for the and things of that nature.
Oh,
Look
sweet
at
man.
that.
You
Something ain't
got
right
me.
with that guy. That's like he's possessed.
That's called that's the deep state swamp dance.
He's getting ready to go in there and start being bend over rover.
Hey,
Look on
Good
boy.
topic.
Yeah, I have a sweet ass. Come on, guys.
He's getting ready for prison.
You know it.
He's going down. I mean, this guy, just look at this. They think they're untouchable. They think they're so powerful in their position. FBI. Oh. Patty Blythe, you're hilarious.
Oh man, sweetie pie.
Let's hit this one here and see what this does.
He's evil.
Man.
Oh, I didn't know he knew Kung Fu.
Oh, si, so, si.
Now, we're not being racist, but that's what they do right before they karate. He's a Mad Hatter for sure.
Oh,
The creepiest thing you'll see today. These criminal people's like, didn't you show bias? Didn't your phone show bias? And he's like, yes, my phone did, but I did not bring that into work in my 32 years of doing business
Jack Rooney.
with the FBI.
Hilarious.
I was able to separate my, would I lie to you?
My personal realm of truth that I walk in my own bubble of reality.
I don't believe that to be true in the realm of my thinking and how I apply the laws of reality into my personal life.
it's only my and I.
No. In my eyes, I am perfect. But I go around and don't you kind of go around and accuse other people of things? And yes, but
That's not what the discussion is, sir. We are not talking about that. We're talking about my.
Peter.
That's the best of all right there.
Here's Peter.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
God, what a evil.
Wow.
Ah. Oh, this guy, something ain't right in his head. Who did it better? That's
Yeah.
Psycho,
Oh yeah. What's his name?
young Psycho. There. Would I
He
lie?
got
Would
the
I lie
smile.
to you?
Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie? You think you can beat me with questions, but no one out trolls me. The real election collusion was James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, the FBI colluding to help Hillary. I concur.
Yes, sir.
Corrupt FBI agent. He changed gross negligence that was found to extremely careless. He exonerated Hillary. So that's the biggest thing. They had all this evidence. That video I did
You hit
yesterday.
somebody with a car. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's clear, like that video of Hillary and that little James, 110 emails and 53 email chains. I didn't send anything classified, but she was a classifier. I mean, she leaves all these things out. Nothing I got that I sent was ever marked. And it's like, well, aren't you
You're
one of the
supposed to
32
mark
people
it.
in the whole U.S. that has that authority on the fly to be like, this needs to be classified? Yeah, I am one of them people, but I didn't mark it. And then I sent it. Well, then somebody else ended up marking one. But that's called retroactive.
That's somebody else.
It's like, that's a chance you take.
That
Isn't that a chance you take when you decided to send that it could be retro? Yeah, there's a chance I was willing to take. Well, then it went retro, and you broke the law then. But it went retro, but you broke, it does. They try to just keep going over a little bit of semantics and word porn. And it's hilarious, folks, if you buy into it. But then it starts making you mad. But, so, yeah, all these things are just unbelievable. And they had all the crimes there to commit, and he named them all off. And then he goes, but the FBI deemed to press no charges here. And then they went on a 2-year thing looking for crimes into Trump. and making things up to try to get something to actually stick. But it's like, wow, you should go after the real crimes that are just actually happen organically, not fabricate something.
That we have the evidence to convict on. We have overwhelming evidence.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I thought that's how it worked. It's like, no. The biggest budgeted FBI in the world doesn't go after real crimes. We go after ones that we try to make up, that you guys voted in somebody and we think you're not smart enough, and we need to jump in and help you make better decisions for yourself. You guys didn't vote in the right person. That's basically what they're telling us.
It's hilarious. It's all a sham.
I'm happy to be here with you guys exposing it every step of the way. All the patriots in the live chat today, welcome and goodbye, because we got to shut this down. I got to get out of here. Maybe we can do this later, later show tonight if you guys are up for it. I don't know what's going on. If we could, it'd probably be around 9 o'clock or 8:45ish or something, folks. I could actually get the feed kicked off at 8:45, and then about 9 o'clock we could probably jump in. I know me and Woodman can be in around that time if Woodman's even awake. I don't know your schedule. Actually, I'm kind of tired, so we're gonna have to play that one by ear. But I was up late last night doing that video. So I was trying to go down, and Q dropped, and
we all got families, you guys, and we all have other lives that we try to hold together. And you guys are also our family, but we got to take care of our immediate family. You understand? Lots of love, man. You guys are
Ben put that perfect.
You guys keep us going.
I'll definitely have a video out. Whether a live show happens, we'll see. If not, we're still gonna. And this phone that we're talking about, the live show that is gonna be an all call-in show. We will play around with that in the beginning, but it'll probably end up being like a set date and weekly. And we might try to go for the United States evening time, so it works out for actual people that can call in. Because the other night we had a great show. That's something else, folks, real quick. When I said share this link, I had that premiere up, and I said let's get some new people in here to have. You guys are good to Red Pill now, and you guys must have all shared. And we ended up having like 1,100 in that premiere video, which is almost, I think, a record.
I believe so. Yeah,
people chatting at the exact same time. So that makes for a lot of conversation. But the trolls are going to come, but we'll deal with it. All right. Again, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless. Godspeed each and every one of you. Woodman, Ben, brothers. We'll see you guys here.
Thank you so much.
Real soon.
All right. Lots of love, you guys.
Airborne. Pray, pray.
Q-Post 3,332. Boom week ahead. Treason doesn't pay well in the end. Q. Q drop 3,333 came on the 12th of May at 8:13 p.m. Eyes on Representative Doug Collins, a Republican. Now, Representative Doug Collins, he's been working for Georgia's 9th Congressional District. He's a pastor, attorney, a military chaplain, and he's a ranking member of the Judiciary GOP. And Q is pointing us to his Twitter account, and presumably his last tweet. Now, the eyes on is probably to keep an eye on his Twitter and just follow Representative Doug Collins. Last week, him and Jim Jordan really gave it to Chairman Nadler during the House hearings that they held. Democrats have launched a proxy war smearing the Attorney General when their anger actually lies with the President and the Special Counsel, who found neither conspiracy nor obstruction.